guys, I'm HP. This is Dr. Pink, and today's topic is pro rock and roll guitar. What are we talking about today? We're talking about the straight-edge rock and roll guitar, as in the song Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Seger, and not like Scotty Moore style, you know. You know what I mean. And therefore, I'll show you what I mean. We're going to talk about this type of solo, the rhythm guitar, a few things you need to know. And the good news is it's not really so hard, but a few things you need to pay attention to. That's what I'm talking about today. I'm using like a classic rock and roll guitar sound, just Fender amp, spring reverb, that's it. And the rest is all playing technique and some knowledge. As I said, it's not really so hard. And I can tell I've been, at the beginning of my career, I was playing with a Jerry Lee Lewis impersonator and a Elvis impersonator, so I went through all the styles. And I found out in many evenings on stage what works and what doesn't work. And I'm going to share what works. And the good news is not so much. It was for me at that time disappointing that only a few things really work and other ones somehow not. So let's get started. Good, let's first check out the rhythm guitar. The tune we are working with is in F sharp. So we have the typical rock and roll riffs. This. Okay, so we have on F sharp, or in this case it's more specific, is. So let's quickly analyze what we're doing here. We're making basically the main riff is 1 and here 2 4 and pinky here in the 6th 1 and 3 and 4. So that's a basic riff which we're using. Now to make it more groovy, the trick is, of course, you play it with alternate picking, and you make an accent on 2 and 4. So 1. So there comes the accent on the 2 and the 4. So 1 and 3 and 4. Okay, and this honestly works best on the E and the A string. Okay, because there you can really swing through, and you also need to think about it. You have to play this thing like for 2 or 3 minutes, and you need to stay relaxed in your picking hand also here. So it's more easier on the low E string and the A string. Then you just make the accent with a twist. Okay, so the next thing to make it more groovy is that sometimes you make an anticipation, not all the time. What does that mean? You make 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then on the 4 end, on the upstroke, you hold this note till the 1 end of the next bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. So you make 2 upstrokes. Okay? That's a really important trick. Now when you switch to the chords, to the next chord, that will be B, with the last upstroke you make an open string. See? So the last That's really an essential trick. As I already said, the thing works best on the low E and A string, but you can also, if you want, I mean, if be my guest, you can try. You can also play it here on the B, on the A string and on the D string. But as I said, on the low E string, you have more drive, and it's really up to you. When you check the rhythm guitar player of Status Quo, that was what was his name? Parfit, I forgot his name. I saw a tutorial of him once where he explained how he's doing the groove of Status Quo, and he also said he's playing on the low E and A string. And in fact, that's my experience too, from that time when I did a always excellent 2/4 and just keep it grooving. And you can use the open string when you change chords. As I said, it might look easy, but always think about you have to play this stuff the whole evening. Or at least if it's only one tune, 3 minutes. So you better make it in a way where you can keep the groove and still stay relaxed, because your arm will probably get tired after 1 minute if you're not completely relaxed in all positions. Okay, that's so far for the rhythm guitar. It's nothing more to say. I mean, you can do more stuff, of course, but the main technique stays the same. You can it's all the same technique, just stay relaxed in the picking arm. That's really up to you, but that's the main thing you need to pay attention. Now comes the second thing, the solo. In this type of music, you always have a show-off solo. It means you have like 8 bars or 1 chorus where you have an opportunity to show off, and there you need to keep keep the pressure of the song, or at least keep the pressure, but better to go on the next level. And what doesn't work, and I can tell if you start slow and just do something, you have to just hop in with full energy and then push it and push it and push it. And that gives you a very limited space to do cool stuff, because only a few things work. I'll show you, I mean. You just jump in the solo and keep the pressure up. And we have to say, I mean, the Johnny B. Good solo from Chuck Berry with the, that's what works. All licks which you take from the intro from Johnny B. Good, works, okay? But when you go through it, you will find out that only lettering stuff really keeps the pressure up, or double stops. So let's check out double stops, and you use them as repeating patterns. This one, of course, from Johnny B. Good. This one here, it's always it's a figure in 8s, but it's a figure in 3. So 1 and 2, so 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1. So the accent always always moves because the figure has 3 notes, but we're playing 8 notes. We slide in here. And the accent always moves, and if you repeat this pattern through, after 3 bars, you start from the beginning. So you can do either 3 bars, you know. Here we are. Or you just play by your guts and just hop from one to the other. So this one works. This one works. This one is a really cool double stop. Here, 5-2, 5-4. So make again a figure in 3. So 1, 2, 3, or opposite. You can make the opposite or like this. Both work, of course. No, and I would recommend that you do all with downstrokes, because with the downstroke you have more punch on the tone. Also this one works here. You make a quarter tone bending here with this double stop. Release and then 4, 4, 2. Again, the figure in 3 with 8 notes. And you can resolve it as similar as Johnny B. Good. Here we're in the F sharp minor pentatonic position here. So that also works. And of course, you can do this here, the bending here, and here the doubles. Again, 3 figure. Or, what is harder, this one here. It's again a figure in 3. So you need to play it in a way that you get this lettering effect. And in order to get it properly down, it doesn't work with alternate picking because we have a figure of 3 in 8s. So I recommend you do upstroke, downstroke, downstroke, to get the best lettering effect which you can have. So let's check this one out. If you get out of the box of these licks I just showed, then just attack the strings hard with downstrokes. Also, if you want, you can of course go 12 frets above. You can do the same thing, whole thing up here. It's basically the same thing, but here you have to press even harder to get the pressure down. Also works, of course. Maybe if you go in the high position, switch to the neck pickup, has more punch. Let's see, I'll show you. It's up to you to decide, but these are the tools you have here. As I said, the main thing is to keep up the pressure, because you only mostly have one chorus and you have to keep the pressure up, because the crowd will go, yeah. If you keep the pressure up, and if you can do the duck walk, which I couldn't, with this playing, then you're the king on the stage. And then these are the main tools you have, and then you can make combinations out of this. That's upon to you, but I will not search further. I mean, you can also work with more distortion, but then you're leaving the genre a little bit. It has to be, this typical sound that's quite in the genre, and there you don't have so much possibilities, because single note lines, they don't really have punch. See, maybe you can try stuff like that, but that also doesn't work. Really work. Best is just to push it. Guys, these were all the advice I could collect in playing professional rock and roll guitar for 3 years, really at the very beginning of my career. And I could only play Johnny B. Good, and I found out very fast that was enough to really join this genre. Just make certain variations of Johnny B. Good, and then you're pretty much in the genre. Also check out Chuck Berry, of course. And Chuck Berry basically also always played Johnny B. Good. Rock over Beethoven is also basically Johnny B. Good, just a variation with other lyrics, a little bit different articulations, and that's it. But that's cool, and that's how it is. And if you're in a band, never forget, most of the time you're playing rhythm guitar, and you really need to keep it going. Ask the guy, well, he died a few years ago from Status Quo. He played that 40 years, and he can tell. Best would be stay on the low E string and on the A string, but if you can also do it with A and D string if you want. That's really up to you. It's just a personal experience. Good. What more to say? If you love my channel, please share it to all your friends and pals. Also subscribe to my channel. If you want to download this backing track plus the tabs, I wrote out a few things for you that you can resume it. It's available in the HPCrazy guitar. If you have any questions, please also join there, and also follow my personal blog there, where you get more insight about my professional work. That's all me and Dr. Pinker having to say. Buy a t-shirt. Link is in the description box below. I don't have one here now, but buy one. I also have a few of them. I really love them. Bye, guys.